After 8 days in Miami, it's time now to go somewhere else. And today, we're going to Indianapolis. But first, we've just dropped the car back. We've had this beautiful Honda Accord for 8 days now. Now we have to fill it up. But I've driven every day and a long way, and I've only used 2/3 of a tank. So what will it cost me to fill up? Let's find out. Let's see if I can work the pump. I think I've got the right fuel. So it's $3.49 a gallon, and I think I'll need about 40 litres. Is that 10 gallons? Anyway, I think it'll be pretty good value, especially compared with what you pay in Europe. That's remarkable. 8.5 gallons cost me $30 US for 8 days of driving. $45 Aussie for 8 days. $6 a day in fuel. That's good. Now we have to take the train across to the airport, and this is a much better option than jumping on a shuttle bus, I promise you. As you probably know, McLaren have done a deal with Jack Daniels behind me here, and it's available in stores at the airport in Miami. This is the flagship lounge here at American Airlines in Miami, and as far as lounges go, this is one of the best US lounges I've been to. It still doesn't stack up to, say, Emirates or Qatar's lounges, but there are no complaints. A good selection of food, hot and cold. Great selection of beverages, including some high-end spirits. Lovely French Piper Heidsieck champagne, lots of soft drinks, and a tremendous view out here over the runways as planes come and go. I like the big TV room up at the end here. I thought that was a nice touch. There's also a mini business centre where you can actually print stuff on a printer if you can get the thing to work, and that's always a drama. How was check-in? Easy. And TSA, yeah, took some minutes, and shoes had to come off, laptops had to come out, belts come off, watches off, but 15 minutes delay and we were through there. Our flight to Indianapolis is just over 2 hours, and as such, we will get something to eat, but I'm going to suggest it is a selection from the basket of treats. So I've tried the mashed potato, and it is excellent. Jace tried the chicken, said it was dry and chewy, said the sweet potato fries were good, and the beef was okay.
All carry-on bag is going to be complimentary check. At this point, we don't have more overhead space. All carry-on is going to be checked to you for another destination. We apologize about the inconvenience. If the bags don't have space, we're going to check it to your final destination.
But we're in first class.
I know, but we don't have space, sir. You're the last 2 persons.
It's going to be at the gate, okay?
I can tell you that paying for a business class seat doesn't guarantee you can take your hand luggage on board, because we rolled up towards the end of the boarding. They've said, no, you've got to check your camera gear into the hold. You'll get it back, not at the carousel, but at the other end of the plane. But look, I've got cameras, and Jace has got 2 laptops. We've taken all the super expensive stuff out. Disappointing, but we'll see how we go. Well, we're on board this Embraer 170. This aircraft has 12 business class seats, 1 on one side of the aisle and 2 on the other, and it's a really comfortable seat for a small plane. Very big windows, and I would like to say that I had my bag with me. However, there was no way of keeping it on board, and in fact it wouldn't have fitted above us, but it would have fitted on the other side of the aisle. Anyway, it's not the end of the world. We're due to take off at 2:07. It's a 2-hour, 20-minute flight. Change of plans, we're going to another plane. Thanks, sir.
See you soon, see you soon.
This is crazy. So I don't know what was wrong with the plane. They said there was a technical issue that they were checking out, and then a few minutes later they said, everybody off. So one funny thing, Jasmine here was at the check-in when we're having that drama, and she said, just give me your luggage, it'll be fine. I came back to her afterwards and said, have I met you? And she said, yeah, in Malaysia. And too right, I've met her, because that's her there. And that's her there with her son, who's going to be racing in Indianapolis this weekend. This will be interesting, because we've left our boarding passes in the seat back of the other flight, so we're having to use the scanned ones. I always take a photo of them as I go through. Should work.
What's your last name?
Illman, I-double-L-M-A-N, Kim. All good. And now we're off to, I imagine, a bus. H, Indianapolis.
Welcome back.
Hello again, my friend. Well, we're on board the second aircraft. This one's slightly older, 7.7 years old. The other one was 3.5. Exactly the same configuration. It's Embraer, and 1 seat on this side of the plane, 2 on the other. Now, being just a couple of hours, I wasn't expecting any food on this flight, but we did get delivered a little box here, and we have a salad, Gouda cheese dip, crisp breads, a protein bar, some prosciutto, sweet cookie, olive oil, and here's our cutlery. It looks okay too. Somebody said the other day, why don't you talk about beer on flights? And I don't drink beer, so that's why I never get it. But today, I got the 4 that they offer. A Bud Light, 4.2%, same as this Mexican beer. Heineken with 5% alcohol. And this from Goose Island with nearly 6% alcohol. That was a surprisingly good flight with an exceptional meal. Now, I don't expect too much from those little flights, but that cheese dip and the biscuits was great, as was the prosciutto. So thumbs up to American for that meal. And despite being quite reticent to leave my camera bag with them, they've managed to bring it straight up the stairs, and I'll walk out with it, hopefully with nothing damaged inside. So well done, American Airlines. I must say this is a really clean and delightful airport with quite a motoring theme all the way down here. What is a fair price for a trolley in an airport? I don't think it's $6. And for the next 3 days, I've got a VW Jetta, having had a Honda Accord in the last city, which I loved, but I'm sure this will be fine. Oh, wrong side. It takes so long.
There you go.
Thank you. Let's get out of here.
We have 9 restaurants on the campus. There is sushi, there is Mexican, Italian, pizza and burgers, farm to table, a little bit of everything for you. And then we have 2 breakfast places. One is Rise downstairs. You'll look right across the street. And then we will have you guys on the 3rd floor. Do you need help with luggage?
We've got a fella helping us.
Perfect.
Thank you.
If you guys need anything, let me know, okay?
Thank you. Cheers. And this is the room at the Ironworks Hotel. It was quite roomy and had a lot of character. But I was there to shoot the GMR Grand Prix out at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. After a good night's rest, it was off to the track for day 1 of the GMR Grand Prix at Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
What's up, bro?
One of the most amazing things about being here is how close we can get to the cars. We can't do this at F1. So what's the story with the red hair?
Got drunk in Vegas one year at a hacker convention and shaved it for the first time. It pulls the ladies and I'm easy to find in a crowd.
One of the best things about coming to Indianapolis is the breakfast put on by Honda here in their hospitality suite. And they provide most of the teams with their engines. Lots of the drivers take scooters or bikes to get from the garage to the pit lane because it's such a longer walk than it is in F1. In Formula One, to spend the whole day in the paddock, you have to get yourself a very expensive ticket. It's going to be in the tens of thousands of dollars, but you get free roam. Here, for just a little bit extra, you can wander the paddock, see all your favourite drivers. I photographed you last week in Miami. What were your thoughts on the introductions of all the drivers prior to the start of the race?
I think it was great. You know, there's a few of them complaining about it, but they got to remember it's all about the fans still. They're the ones paying their salary, so I think it was very good.
I've got to be quick, mate. I've got an autograph session.
Just tell us something.
Something.
There's a signing session next door. Most of the drivers are here, but there'll be a line of, I'm guessing, 400 or 500 people waiting to get their favourite driver's signature. How many drivers can you name? F1 drivers starting now.
Max Verstappen, Sergio Perez, Charles Leclerc, Carlos Sainz, Lewis Hamilton, George Russell, Oscar Piastri, Lando Norris, Logan Sargent, Alex Albon, Joe Guan Yu, Valtteri Bottas, Pierre Gasly, and then Esteban Ocon, Lance Stroll, and Fernando Alonso. Big fan
Thank
of your
you.
channel.
Well, City Barbecue will provide the lunches for us here today in the media centre. This is brisket with a cheese macaroni, some stuff there, some pickles, a biscuit, and or a cookie, as you'd say here, and a bread roll. I'm probably not a brisket person. Maybe a brisket person would love this, but no. Not far from the paddock, you'll find most of the drivers have motorhomes here, and they'll spend from maybe a week ago until after the Indy 500 camped here each night. I don't think there's a track in F1 where you as a member of the public could stand at this photo window and shoot the cars like this. Originally this track was all bricks going back to 1909. Now there's only a very small section. It's a yard wide, 9 courses of bricks, and it runs from here all the way across the track.
So in USF and USF Pro 2000 and USF Junior, I'm the only woman, and then of course we have Jamie Chadwick in next, so that's cool to see her out there too.
And what's all this about?
Okay, so I have a strained wrist, and so this was wrapped up for the race, and then this one was just, I have a bad blister from the race. So,
From today?
Yeah.
I also did a signed print collaboration with one of the most popular IndyCar drivers, Pato Award. You can pick one of these hand-signed and numbered prints up at kimellman.com. You can select the number you want and you'll receive a digital pic of him signing for irrefutable proof of authenticity. What do most people have no idea about? Because you've won here. What do they not know about this track?
I think the margin for error, there is none. You've got to be absolutely perfect. And then you realise if you don't get it right, you've got to wait another year to get another shot.
I need to know if you have a stylist.
Just like wearing denim.
Flying, yeah, I've wanted to do it for a very long time. I did my the practical, and then I'd get my private pilot license, my multi-engine license, and as well as my instrument flight rating.
How long did it take?
3.5 months.
It's not very often that I get a Vegemite gift from somebody, but you are?
Trayvon White-Davis.
Trayvon White-Davis with the very trendy hairstyle.
Pato is my favorite driver. I know it kind of seems like the McLaren fans are all the newbies, but I've been watching IndyCar way before.
We watch all your videos now.
We've learned so much from you. F1 and Kit.
So where have you come from?
Chicago.
Why?
For you.
Big fans of you, Kim.
Would you have come anyway to watch this?
We were borderline on that, but once you said that you're going to do a meet and greet, I mean, we had to come through and say hello. Really like the inside perspective that you bring to the just F1 experience, and love that you're dipping your toes in IndyCar as well.
Great result for Pato Award second and Alex Rossi in third. So that pretty much wraps up my weekend here. It's been fantastic. Thank you very much to IndyCar for having me. If you've enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't done so. And remember, you can become a member. For all my digital images, head to prostarpics.com. You'll find all of my F1 merchandise, photo books, wall art, and signed driver prints, including one from our second place getter today in Pato Award at kimellman.com. And for my best images live from the track and all during the week, you know where to go. Instagram, search at Kim Ellman. Thanks for watching.
And stay passionate.